bourbonblog.com just landed here at Louisville Executive Aviation. Derby's next week, and well, it may look kind of lonely here at Sunset, but there's a party going on behind us. You know, Bourbon Blog enjoys bourbon and wine and cars and planes. What do these all have to do with each other anyway?
It must be Derby season. Typically, we're the pre-Derby event, and this event is all about the finer things in life. So whether it's bourbon or aircraft or wine or Ferraris, it's about the finer things in life.
And Louisville Executive Aviation has been doing this event for, this is our third year. How many years has it been going on?
This is our 6th annual event, and I'm glad to say that 6 years in a row we've had blue skies and wonderful weather.
So what's happening tonight? What are we up to at the bar?
They were rocking. We're rocking with the Rich and the Famous. Brown-Forman is the best, right there. Finlandia. We got the tangerine, which is awesome.
Have you seen this bottle they have? It's Janine Barnhart designed this for the 136th Kentucky Derby. Beautiful bottle. Why don't we have a Woodford right now? So we can come out of the blue and have some Woodford right before the Derby. Bourbon, planes, and cars. This is my kind of night. Merkley Kendrick Jewelers, Brian Merkley here. You're showing off some Rolexes. You're showing people how watches and luxury are combined in this event.
We are. We're here accessorizing all the ladies and gentlemen for Derby. Watches are a luxury. I mean, you can buy a $10 battery-powered watch that will keep better time than this $9,000 watch that I'm holding.
It would keep better time?
Absolutely. I mean, we sell these as a bracelet, as a piece of jewelry.
How did jewelry and time-telling and luxury, I mean, when did that happen? Has it always been there?
Kind of as a point of watches being a luxury, all the mechanics of what's going on in the movement in here, it's completely unnecessary. There's better ways, more efficient ways to do that through battery-powered watches now. But people get into the movement of them and the decoration of them and the workmanship and the craftsmanship that's in them now. They appreciate that.
This is I like this watch a lot, Brian.
You like that?
This one's telling me it's time for more bourbon. Brad from the Bourbon Review just brought me a bourbon.
It's actually Jack's Single Barrel.
Oh.
You know, I'm really having a difficult time deciding on which airplane I'd really like to invest in this evening. A lot of nice cars behind us as well, but you know, I'm really looking to go for a little something beyond that.
What kind of bourbon are you drinking there?
Woodford Reserve, you know.
Yeah, you like Woodford?
One of Brown-Forman's finest. I do. Woodford Reserve is, you know, always a great bourbon.
You know, when I drink a bourbon, I don't always think about planes and cars. Right. But when you're enjoying fine bourbon and fine whiskey and fine spirits on a night like this, and it's something that all comes together at one place at one of the premier, actually, this is the premier pre-Derby event.
Everyone's enjoying themselves this evening. I've seen some John Wall autographed balls for sale. We have airplanes for sale, which are of much more value, of course, but but nonetheless, it's a great evening. Everybody's enjoying themselves. We have a beautiful sunset over here.
We do.
Can't ask for much more. We can't wait for the Derby the upcoming week.
That's right. So this is some delicious wine we are sampling tonight. It's here every year at Out of the Blue. And tell me about Les Pierres.
Les Pierres means the rocks or the stones in French. Essentially, you have a soil content of about 80% stone, in which you really kind of taste the minerality in the wine. It's a very light wine, very kind of acidic, balanced Chardonnay.
It's really okay for the Bourbon Blog to be drinking wine, isn't it, Eric?
I'd like to present to you a bottle of Les Pierres. My compliments.
Well, thank you, and I will enjoy it. Maybe we can enjoy it in a plane.
Maybe so.
En vin blanc, je suis un contestant ce soir. I won a bottle of Les Pierres, which I love this wine. I want a big bottle.
A big bottle.
Justin, what do you think of Out of the Blue?
Oh, this is a great event. I'm having a really good time.
Yeah. I mean, how could you not be, right?
We're just out here having a few drinks and looking at the cars. We're thinking about buying a Ferrari, so.
So are you all bourbon fans?
Oh, definitely.
What kind of bourbon do you like?
I'm drinking a little Woodford Reserve right now.
Yeah. How do you like that?
It's really good.
Getting you in the Derby mood?
Yeah, man, I can't wait.
Are you a bourbon fan too?
I like Woodford Reserve.
You like the car?
It's decent, yeah.
Are you gonna get this one tonight?
Maybe not tonight, maybe tomorrow.
Have a few bourbons first?
Exactly, yeah.
What kind of bourbon are you gonna have?
Woodford. That's all I drink. Best stuff.
Are you serious?
Love it.
Love it. Yep.
Here at Out of the Blue at Louisville Executive Aviation with Ron Geary. This is your place,
Right.
Louisville Executive Aviation. You started this, when did you start Louisville Executive Aviation?
Yeah, right at 6 years. This was one of our first events that we tried once we took over the management and ownership. And it's just really been very successful, as you know.
What is Out of the Blue?
Out of the Blue is an effort by us to show in one hangar as best we can the fact there's a whole bunch of new airplanes out here, the little microjets coming out, the difference in pricing, and at the same time it's kind of fun. It's a great social event. It's just before the Kentucky Derby here, so everybody's already starting to get in the Kentucky Derby spirit, and then it ended up being just a great time. Right now we're considered the second biggest jet show in the southeastern United States, so we're very happy about it.
And obviously you know that we have a real strong passion for bourbon and the whole heart of Kentucky and Americana. You're a bourbon fan, aren't you?
Absolutely. You all have done a great job marketing that and seeing it and promoting it. And certainly, horse racing and bourbon goes hand in hand. And I'm excited for what you all have been able to accomplish and bring to that table on the game there.
Ron, thanks for having us out. This is awesome.
Thank you for being here, and it has been a lot of fun tonight. Thank you all.
We're here with Fabio Alexander, who helped Ron start this place, didn't you?
Basically, I was just, met him while he was getting some gas, and he says, hey, I'd like to do this, And then we stayed in touch, and lo and behold, back in 2004, we started LEA, Louisville Executive Aviation. We have our geographical advantage is that we have access to 6,000 airports, and the airlines only have access to 500. There's a lot of people that see that and realize now that it's just not a luxury like it would be a yacht, because you are getting from point A to point B. You're not living in the airplane. So the advantages is time, and that's what we do. We sell time.
Well, we finally got into a jet.
This is the Cirrus SF-50 Vision Jet. It is an aircraft under development, 5 adults, 2 kids. Flies at 300 knots, which is 360 miles an hour, up at 28,000 feet. But the neatest thing is this is designed to be flown by the average piston pilot. You don't need a professional crew of 2, you fly yourself.
Are we really the last to close every party? We are the last to close every party here on bourbonblog.com at Louisville Executive Aviation. I don't know, it's not a bad thing to be always the last to close every party.
We do bourbon and push helicopters. That's what kind of company we are.